What's up, you guys? So today we're going to go through the process of how we can make this animated onboarding screen in Flutter, and we're just going to use two packages. We're firstly going to use the Lottie package, which we're going to use to get the animation from Lottie. So this package will allow us to use these animations from the Lottie files. So if you don't have an account, you can come up here and sign up for the Lottie files. So then the other package that we have in here is the SmoothPageIndicator. So let me demonstrate that as well. So when you go on the next page, this is the SmoothPageIndicator. It shows on which specific page you're on. And currently we're on the second page. We're on the first page, now on the second page. And as you can see, we have a different animation there on top. And then when we go on the next page, we also have this sort of a robot animation there, of which is different from the two pages that we're on. So then we press on get started, it will take us to the home screen. So this is what we're going to make. And again, this is so easy. And I'm just there to show you how easy these things are. And I'm so grateful and thankful for the support I've been getting on my LinkedIn of late. And so with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So to get started, I've removed all the boilerplate codes that comes with the Flutter create when you run that command. So we'll go here in the terminal. So as you can see in the main.dot, I've cleared everything. And what I have is the home returning the placeholder. So, but before we go any further from that, let's firstly get to install these two packages. So the first package we're going to install is the Lottie. So you just come here on pub.dev, then you go for this, the first one. Then we simply go, you can read the documentation at your own time. So right here we know what we want to do. So we can just simply go on installing, then copy this command. Then we can simply just come here and paste it down here. So when you run this command, I've already installed this package in my project. So when you run this command, this package will come on line 38. You see it as Lottie, and then it will give you the version that you're going to have at the time that you're watching this video. But on the current time that I'm recording this video on, the latest version is 3.2.0, of which is there. And when we get that, then the next package we can get is the SmoothPageIndicator. Let's search for that as well. So here you can just simply come and type smooth page. Then you select the first one. Then you can simply come here. So these are the demonstrations that they're there on the documentation of this. So you can simply just go on installing. Then we can just simply copy this as well. Then go on the terminal. Let me clear this. Then we paste it there. So when you run this, it will come under on line 39. So the numbers of these on the lines can vary. If you install this as the first package, it will come on top. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then the next thing is we're going to create a folder called screens inside the lib folder. So screens. Then we're going to have the onboarding screen. Then this is going to be a stateful widget. So that's the shortcut for creating a stateful widget. So we simply say, I was about to write home screen. So onboarding screen. Then we simply just make it return a scaffold. So scaffold, blank scaffold for now. Then we're also going to create a new folder called pages. So as you can see, this folder structure is actually very important when you're making your project, because it helps with structuring your code, and it also helps with code readability, and it also helps in terms of code reviews or whatever. So say on OnboardingPage dot. Okay. Then this is going to be a stateless widget. then say onboarding page. So that's it. So we'll start with this page, by the way. So the first thing is we're going to come in here. Okay, this is going to return a column first. Column. Okay, for now. Then let's go on here on top. They will say final. We're going to have a string that will get the animation. So simply say string. Then say animation. So simply call it the animation URL. Then the next thing is we're going to have the title. So final, it's also going to be a string. You simply say title. Then the next thing is the description. Okay, so final string description. Then here we'll simply just require them. So let's go here. So required this dot animation URL, required this dot title, required this dot and description. Then just format that. So what we have here, and my project is reloading down here, so you might see changes on the screen. So here we're going to have a column. So simply return a column. So inside the column, we're going to have children. Then let's try to ignore this. Okay. Then we're going to give it a main axis alignment for the column. So main axis alignment. Then we set it to center. Then let's go inside here. So the first thing here we're going to have is the Lottie animation. So let's plan this. So Lottie animation. Then next we'll have the title. Then the description. Okay, fair enough, right? So for the Lottie animation, we're going to get this package. So Lottie, and make sure you run those commands I told you at the beginning for you to get the packages that we're talking about. So let's import this. So to import this, well, what I've done is I've just pressed space, control and space. I just wanted to have it there on top. Then we can simply say dot. Then we can use the network because this is a network image. So in here, we just simply say animation URL. Then here, we're going to give it a height of 300. Not headers, height. Then we give it 300. Then give it the space between the animation and the title. So here we're going to say sized box. Then inside the sized box, we'll give it a height of 20. Then the title. Next we'll say text. Inside the text we'll simply give it title. Then the title, we have to style this. So let's format this. So say style inside the text widget. So say text style. Then the text style is the font. We're going to give it a font size. Okay, so give it a font size of 24. Then you give it a font weight as well. So font weight, we'll make it bold. Then give it a color. Then we say colors. We'll give it a gray shade, a darkish shade. So say 800. Okay. Then we go down to the description. So we'll simply say text here again. Then we say description. So description. Then we also give it a style. Okay, we didn't give it a comma here, so that's why it was throwing an error. So we say style, then text style. Then inside the text style, so say font size 16, because this has to be a smaller text. Then we give it a color. We say colors dot gray, because this is just going to be a basic gray. Okay. Then here outside the text style, we can see we can simply do the text align. So we can align the text to center. To center. Oh, here it was supposed to be a font size, not style. So 16. Then here, I think we can just increase the font size a bit to 40. So we're done with the onboarding page. Now let's go to the onboarding screen. So inside here, the first thing that we're going to have is the controller. So we're going to have a page controller. So we'll simply say final. We'll say page, I can't spell, page controller. Then call it page controller. Then the next thing is we're going to have a list, a boolean, which is just simply going to say we're going to use this to show if we're on the last page or we are not. So we simply say bool. Okay, simply call it last page. And we equal it to false. Okay. Then from here, we're going to go inside here, inside the scaffold. Then we just have a body. Then the body is going to have a container. Okay. Then here we're going to have a padding. Then we say edge insets all. Then we give it 16. Then we go give it a child. So we're giving a child to the container, and the child inside the container is going to be a column. So column. Then, okay, let's remove one semicolon here. Then inside the column, we're going to have children. So children. All right, let's ignore this for the whole file. Then inside the column, we're going to have an expanded widget. Expanded. Then the child is going to be a page view. So say page view. And let's format this. All right, so the page view is going to expect a controller. So controller, then we made this controller on top there. So say page controller, just simply use that. Then the next thing is we're going to have on page changed. So here we're going to give it an index inside there. Then the next thing is we're going to give it braces. So we do this. So here we're going to have a set state. Inside the set state, we're going to check if it's last page. So if it's last page equals index 2, then it's going to show us something. I'll show you the condition that it's going to show. So here we're done. Then we can go give this page view children. So give it children. So inside this children, we're going to have an onboarding page. So simply say onboarding page. Okay, so it's called onboarding pages. Okay, there must have been a typo. So onboarding pages. Then here, and it's all right if you've written it the correct way, because this is the wrong way that I've written it. It's a bad grammar, I would say. So, but it's all right like that, right? So onboarding pages, then here we're going to have the image URL. So what you can simply do is come to the Lottie files. So here, let me sign in my other account. So when you log in into your accounts, this is what it's going to show you. So you can simply search for travel. Okay. Let's wait for that. So as you can see, there's a free plus premium. So when you see this on top there, then it means that's a premium file. So let's go on this free file. So come here, then we just go on the travel. I don't know, I paused the video for a bit. I don't know if I already said this. So we'll simply just go download. So that won't download, by the way. So we can simply just go to save to workspace to generate. When you go here, it will open a new tab. So on the new tab, since we want to use it in our Flutter application on the image URL here, so what we're going to do is we're going to come here where it says .lottie, then we change it to Lottie JSON. Then once that is done, you can just simply copy this, then we just paste it there. But for me, I already have the files that I have, the JSON files that I used in the previous video that you saw at the beginning of this video. So I'm going to use those, but for you, you can follow this process. So if you want to use the same files that I have in my video, where in my project, I mean, you'll find the code linked in the description. So let's get started with that. So I've pasted that, then you can simply come here and give it a text. Just simply say welcome. Then the description as well, it's also going to be a string saying discover new experiences. So this is the first one. Then we'll simply go on the next. So again, we're going to say on onboarding page, we'll get the onboarding pages, that one. So say onboarding pages again. Then we give it a link. Then the text for the title. Then the description as well here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to pause the video and do this because I think we already know what we did with the previous one, with the one on top. Or if you're still curious about that, let's still go through it. But so again, we paste the link to the JSON that we generated on the Lottie files. Then the title is going to say explore. Then the description is going to be find what you're looking for. Okay, so let's just copy this and paste it down here, since we're just doing the same thing. So we just paste it down here as well. Okay, so we're going to change the link and the title and the description here as well. So it's kind of a repetitive task. So let's do this. So now we have the link, then we have the title, get started. Then the description, we just change the description from the previous page. We just simply say, let's dive in and enjoy the journey. So we're done with the pages for now. So now let's go to the next thing, which is going to be the smooth page indicators. So to do that, let's go outside here. Let's outside the expanded widget. So let's save that. There we go, is outside the expanded widget. Let me bring this up back. Okay. So here we're going to have the smooth page indicator. So simply say smooth page. Then we just call this package. Okay, so it needs the controller. Then we're going to give it the controller that we had made there on top, the page in controller. So come here, we'll give it a page controller. Then the count, we currently have 3 pages. So let's delete that. We say 3. And let's go down here. Then we give it an effect. So let's go back here. The smooth page indicator. So let's go to the README so that we see which effect we can use. So down here, these are the effects that are there. So we're going to use the worm effect, this one. Okay, so let's go back to the project. So say worm effect. Then here we say dot color. Then we simply say colors dot gray. Then we give it the active dot color. Then we say colors dot gray, and we give it a darker gray. Then we give it, sorry, we put this at the end to remove that error. Okay, then next thing is we say dot height, give it 8. Then dot width, we give it 8 as well. Okay, so this is what we have so far. All right, so let's go here, we'll put a comma there. Then down here, we're going to have the buttons for the next or the get started page when the get started button when we reach the final page. So let's do that. So here we're going to have a condition, but before we do that, let's firstly put some space. So sized box, then we give it a height of 20. Okay, let's go down here. Then down here, we're going to have the is loading condition. So, is last page. I mean, why am I so stuck with the is loading thing? So we simply say give it an elevated button. All right, so let's format this. Then go down here. So here we're going to have this, put this here, a function. So inside here, we're going to have a navigator. So navigator, which is going to reroute us to the page after we're done with this. So in our case, it's going to be the home screen. So we haven't created that yet. So let's go here and create the home screen. Home screen dot. Okay, home screen. We'll make the home screen. Okay, let's go back here. Then we're going to have the material page route. Then here we're going to have the context. So wrap it inside the brackets. So it's a context. Then this is going to point to the page that we're going to go to when this button is pressed. So but before we do that, we have to fill this up so that we can have content in here. So we're going to have a stateless widget inside the home screen. So here we'll simply say home screen. Then we just simply retain a scaffold. Inside the scaffold, we're going to have a body. Then the body is just going to return a column. Then inside the column is going to be children. So simply say children. Then we give it this. Then let's ignore this blue squiggle. So we just ignore that. Then we'll put the text there, simply saying home screen, like it is saying in our previous app. So say home screen. Then we wrap this inside. Hold on. We wrap the text inside the center. Then here we give it a main axis alignment so that it aligns to the center. So we give it a main axis alignment. The center. Okay, just like that. So here we're going to point this to the routers to the home screen. So home screen, there we go. Then we'll put a semicolon there at the end. So the next thing is we'll go down here, the child. So the child is simply just going to be a text widget saying get started. Then here we're going to give it another comma. So between this we're going to have the style. So we simply style the button. So simply say elevated button. Then we say from style from. Then this is where we're going to put our style for the button. So say background color. Then we give it a color .blue. So give it the bluish color. Then the next thing is give it some padding. So say edge insets. So here we change it to symmetric. Then the value will be so horizontal 32. Then the vertical we give it 12. Then we give it a shape. So shape, simply say rounded rectangular border. Then inside here we say border radius. So say border radius circular. And then we give it, let's give it 20. All right, let's give it 24. Then here we'll go down here. We haven't completed this condition, so give it this. Then we simply have a text button. So text button. Okay, then let's move down here. So there we go. So text button on pressed, we're going to have a function there. So here we're going to call the page controller again. So page controller dot, then we'll be given these options. So we're going to go for the next page. So next page, then it's going to ask for the duration. So the duration is going to be in milliseconds. So milliseconds. So let me bring this to the line below. Then we give it 500 milliseconds. Okay, then let's move the curves down here so that the code is easier to read. So we say curves. Sorry about that. Curves dot give it ease in and out. So ease in out. So there we go. Okay. So here the next thing is we're going to have the text widget down here. So this is just going to say next. Then in here we'll have a style for the text inside this field. So say text style. So say font weight. Then we give it a font weight of bold. Then the font size. So we get a font size of 18. Then we give it the colors. So we say colors. We give it a grayish color as well. Gray. Let's say 800. That's it. So yeah, I think we're done. There's no errors at the moment. So let me just try to format this. Okay. So for now, let's try to run the app now and see what we have. So, right. So we've hot restarted here. And what we have is a placeholder. So this is what we currently have in the main.dat. We didn't change this. So here we're going to have the onboarding screen. Okay, so onboarding screen. And when you do this, you make sure it's there on top. And if it doesn't import automatically, you can just do it manually. You can just write this manually. I'm sorry about that. So let's reload. All right, so yeah, there we go. The app has reloaded. So let's go to the next page. Okay, as you can see, the animation is just there. And then we have this at the end. So this is how easy you can make it. And I'm sorry it took time, but it's so easy. If you want to try this, you can do it. So when we press get started, it takes us to the home screen, and the app looks exactly like the app ad in the demo. So this is how easily you can do this, guys. So with all this said, you can get started.